You never really know how much time you spend on your phone until you lose it. I must have reached in my pocket 20 times that day thinking I'll find it, only to remember far too late that it was gone. Damn it, I would say every time. I was in the middle of making dinner, to distract myself mostly, not because I was hungry, when a call came in on my home phone. A rush of excitement overtook me. Maybe someone found it, I thought. I dried my hands as fast as I could and ran to the living room. "Hello?" I said eagerly into the receiver. "Hi," said a sweet female voice on the other end. "You don't know me, but I think I found your phone. I decided to call the number labeled home to see if I could get a hold of you. Did you lose it?" "Yes," I said excitedly. "Yes, I did, and you're a lifesaver." The woman giggled. "Well, glad I could be of service. Do you want me to mail it to you?" "No, I'm afraid that's no good," I said. "I really can't afford to be without it for as long as that would take. Could you maybe bring it over?" "Oh," said the woman. "Well, I could sense the apprehension in her voice. To be honest, I didn't blame her. A young lady being asked to come by a strange man's house to return his cell phone. The whole thing kind of smacked of sketch. "Or," I offered, "I could come by your place and grab it." "Sure," said the woman. "I'll leave it in the mailbox. You can just walk up and grab it." "Awesome," I said. She gave me her address and I wrote it down. We were just about to hang up when I decided to ask for her name. "Clarice," she said. "Well, thanks, Clarice," I replied. "I'm Josh. You don't know how much this helps me." I resumed making dinner, which took longer than I expected, eating included. It was about 9 p.m. by the time I got around to actually retrieving my phone. After looking up Clarice's address on Google, I hopped in the car and started driving. At one point, the directions I printed out instructed me to turn down this dark country road. Sitting at the mouth of it and peering in, I couldn't see a single streetlight. I have to admit, it was unsettling to say the least. But if this is where Clarice said she lived, and she had my phone, so I really don't have no choice. I turned down the dark road and drove what felt like hours, although in reality, it must have only been a few minutes. Still, in that time, things seemed to get more and more desolate. There were almost no houses, or at least none that I could see through the thick woods on either side of the road. Suddenly, I saw light up ahead. A window. The light was on in the window of a tiny run-down cabin. This must be where Clarice lives, I thought. Out in the middle of nowhere. Not creepy at all. I drove as close to the little cabin as my car would allow, then got out and very slowly made my way to the front door. I didn't want to just take my phone and leave, so I knocked. Excitement rose within me as I prepared to see the face attached to that sweet voice. At last, the door opened, and there stood a lovely young woman with brown hair, blue eyes, and snow-white skin. "Can I help you?" she asked. It only took one blow to knock her out. I was surprised. They don't usually go down that easily. Working quickly, I hog-tied the girl and carried her to the trunk of my car. I stuffed her inside and checked to make sure she was still breathing. She was. I got them really good at not accidentally killing them. The buyers get testy in the worst way when the girls are dead on arrival. After slamming the hatch, I hopped into the front seat. Immediately, I began to laugh at myself. "Dumbass," I said, and hurriedly got out and ran back toward the house. I reached into the mailbox, quickly found my phone, and slipped it into my pocket. That was a week ago. Last night, a buyer calls and tells me he needs a fresh one. So today I'm taking the subway to work. My stop arrives, and I get off. just like everyone else, acting casually. I pretend not to notice that my phone is still resting on my seat.